Alright, hello everybody and welcome back. It is Jeff again and my sponges are ready. Only got 30 of them. Wish I could get some more. Should go take on another temple. I actually found out that the water temples... Oh, is it about to turn night? It is. Maybe I should go back and sleep. That the water temples are amazingly, extremely visible on the map. If you look at the overview of the map, you can actually see water temples sticking out of the water, which is kind of cool because it gives me an option to go fight some more water temples that are around. But I don't know which ones have been raided already because of the fact that, you know, Chad has searched a bunch of them in order to get some of, you know, the stuff that he has. I don't know how important it is actually to do that, especially if BTC makes a Guardian farm. Who knows? Maybe I'll make a Guardian farm over here as well. That'd be kind of a cool project to work on. I've never done anything quite like that, especially considering I don't know exactly what I'm doing when it comes to it. So we will drink those, drop back into this thing, and see the best place to try to go continue this adventure. Don't hit me. Why does this guy see me? Okay, so this is all good. Look at this. Can breathe in here. This guy sounds so angry. Hi, buddy. I'm thinking just putting a sponge there. Ow. I wonder why you're seeing me now and you didn't before. Okay, so that worked pretty well. Oh, I forgot to bring a lot of my dirt with me this time. Because some of these I don't want to waste my sponge on. There we go. It's another section cleared out. Moving on down. I don't know if this is how BTC originally, like, took on his water temple either. Not 100% sure. I'd love to get this thing sitting right there, but if I do that, will it do the same thing? It'll do similar. So it looks like about 3 sponges per room. It's pretty decent. This is all... Well, that didn't work. Yeah, I definitely need more. There we go. I figured that was going to at least clear out what was causing the water to be a big mess in here. Man, I really wish I had brought more dirt with me, because I will need to block some stuff off. This room, thinking this standard old technique will probably work relatively well. Yep. That was a 4 sponge room, but hey, it's not a perfect science in my mind. Other people may think it is. I personally don't. Just because I don't know exactly what I'm doing. So there. There. There will probably be good. That cleared it all out. 3 sponge room. Prismarine lamp room. Just lots more stuff to get. Oh my god, this is so much fun. I never ever thought that I would be the person who was going to be able to take on a Guardian Temple. And I wish there was a different way to get sponges in here, though, because I believe only the Master, like, Mining Fatigue Guardians have the sponges. That guy did kind of see me there. That was kind of annoying. If I go like that, yeah, that should block that off. Need to... That worked well. This is coming in from the top. Is this a whole nother layer that I hadn't yet gotten to? It does look like it. So let's take this thing out. Take those out. Okay, we're kind of making headway. This side might be a little more difficult. Oh. So I'm thinking it's the helmet that allows these guys to be able to see me as well as they do. Is this whole thing? It might be. Let's just do that. Suck up that water. There we go. This thing should be fine to be able to kill like that. Okay, so another section is completed. These upper sections... There we go. I do have to watch my, Oops. Oh, come back here, dirt. Oh no! Lost some of the dirt. I have to wash my, my potions because I could easily run out at any moment. And not be able to get back, because I did not bring spares this time. But actually, I think I can swim out of here relatively easily. Mainly, I have to worry about the guardians themselves, because they will attack me when I get out of here. I'm going to grab some of this stuff while I'm searching back here. And like this room is going to be a little bit tougher. You know, that's probably better than going in the corners, is going in, like, here. Because that should, in theory, be getting the same space. Some of these guys are not happy. I can hear you flopping around, buddy. I know I'm hurting you. Man, these guys sound so angry all the time. Yeah, so... Guys, news. PAX East coming up soon. And I have to, unfortunately, say that contrary to my prior plans, I may not be able to attend that particular convention. I had planned on going all along, and I unfortunately have run into an issue where I'm kind of an idiot sometimes. So Maryland has, to be an EMT in Maryland, which is, you know, what I do at the fire station, you know, you're a firefighter and an EMT, so you have to maintain valid, you know, EMT credentials and skills and things like that. In Maryland, you only need, currently, they're actually changing it this year, but you only need to have a Maryland State EMT card. You don't need to have National Registry. Which is something that in the EMT world, you can get National Registry, which technically makes you nationally certified, and a lot of places will let you be an EMT in their state with just National Registry as opposed to a state one. Like, it's a really weird system. They really need to come together and make it a little bit more standardized across the board, in my opinion. Well, unfortunately, shoot. I get out of here in time. Now, Maryland EMT licensure is good for 3 years, which is great. You only have to recert every 3 years, and I mean, that's anticipating that you maintain, you know, that you're actually working as an EMT, so you're maintaining the skills. Like, if you're doing it every day, you shouldn't need to really recert every 2 or 3 years. Like, some places make you recertify every single year, which is kind of annoying, because if you do it as a job, why do I have to recert every single year? Because that's what I'm doing on a daily basis. But either way, Maryland State EMT requires you to be, or it requires a 3-year recertification period. Now, National Registry, on the other hand, requires a 2-year recertification period. Now, the credentials in order to recert in either of them are the exact same. They have the exact same recert credentials. Oh, crap. One you just have to do every year. One you just have to do every 3 years, which gets kind of annoying. When you become an EMT, you have the option of going and sitting for your National Registry exam. If you sit for the National Registry exam, you usually would need a test as well as a written test as well as a practical examination. Now, if you have certified as an EMT within a year of sitting for the National Registry exam, if you so choose to do so, you don't need to take the, oops, which one of these? That's sandstone. You don't need to take the practical portion because they consider your EMT certification exam, because you have to take it for the state. It still requires a practical portion built into it and everything. They consider that your practical for the National Registry, and therefore you don't have to essentially do both, which is nice. It's good that you don't have to do both when you have just gone through it, so you just have to sit for a written examination and take that. Now, they unfortunately don't count the written part that you just took as your National Registry written exam, but they count your, practical if it's taken within the year. So I made sure that within the year, I went and sat for my National Registry. I sat down, took the exam, and became National Registry certified as an EMT so that I have more ability to move state to state, things like that. Now, the problem is, since Maryland only requires you recertify your EMT every 3 years, and National Registry requires you to recertify every 2 years, I'm kind of at an off basis for when I'm supposed to recertify, because my fire department assumes like that every 3 years, a lot of people are going to have to go sit and cert. Whereas if you're National Registry, you have to do it much more often than that because of the fact that, you have to recert every 2. On top of that, when you actually do recertify, it does count toward your 3-year certification for Maryland, but they still will not send you your new EMT card until it officially expires. So you can send them all the recertification stuff. They'll be like, okay, that's good, but we won't send you your card for another year because that's when your card actually expires. And it's good for 3 years after that, which is weird. So in theory, I recerted about 2.5 years into my 3-year certification. 6 months later, they sent me a card that expires 3 years from the date they sent it to me, which was technically going to be 3.5 years before I have to certify again, which is, it's really weird the way that they do it there, but that's the way that they do it. Either way, I had to recert for my National Registry, about 6 months earlier than I was going to have to recert for my Maryland EMT, since I got the National Registry about 6 months after I got my EMT card, so I was a little bit off of the beaten path. Either way, I did that on time and everything last year, and this year I wasn't thinking about it because I just got my National Register, or my new Maryland EMT card in the mail last year because they had sent it out late. And so in my mind, I had 3 years from that date, even though in theory it should have only been 2 years from that date, to get my register, or to do my recert again, because of the fact that I need every 2 years for National Registry. Well, since they sent it to me so late, it's much longer after I had taken the recert. I didn't realize another year had gone by. Like, I wasn't thinking about it in that terms. I was thinking about it, I got my card a year ago, I got another year before I need to recertify, when really, it expires next month. I got an email from National Registry 2 days ago that was like, hey, your National Registry expires next month, you should sign up for a class. And I said, oh crap, because the only class that is available is the one that is over top of PAX East. There's actually 2 available, but the other one I've already got prior obligations that day that I am trying to change, but it all depends on which one they allow me into anyway, like which class. So as of now, it looks like in order to maintain my certification as an EMT and therefore can continue firefighting, because in Maryland you have to be an EMT to be a firefighter as well, I might have to miss out on PAX because I'm going to have to go do a Maryland EMT certification class so I can keep my EMT card on my National Registry. Technically, I wouldn't lose my EMT certification for another year after that because I still have my Maryland EMT, which is still good for another year. But the thing is, I would lose my National Registry, and I don't want to have to lose my National Registry, especially considering Maryland is switching over to a National Registry straight at some point this year. So I'd need the National Registry anyway. So long story short, if you were hoping to see me at PAX East, the thought process right now is that I will not be able to go to PAX East because of this debacle that I brought upon myself. I could have planned things out better, and unfortunately I did not. I sometimes do make those mistakes. So I'm sorry if you wanted to see me at PAX East. It's okay, let's be honest. Nobody was going to PAX East just to see me, so I'm not really hurting anybody. But I really did want to go. I wanted to go hang out with the guys. Just have a good time hanging out with the fans. I really love the conventions. I have a lot of fun at them, and I wished I could have gone. The nice thing is, I was just at South. South was, less than a month ago. It's very quick turnaround between South and East, so I don't feel like I'm going to be missing out on too much because of the fact that I was just at at a convention. So, I mean, at least I got some convention out of me. I guess the next one I'll have to be looking forward to is Minecon coming up, and that's all dependent on if I can get time off of work and be able to travel to, you know, a different country and all that fun stuff with that. But hopefully everything will work out as I slowly fill in this hole over here from the explosion that tried to kill me. But yeah, unfortunately, PAX East doesn't look like it's going to happen for Mr. J. Sano here, so hopefully you guys are okay with that, and I will see you guys at a future convention if I miss you at PAX East, because you guys will be there. I'm still trying. There's still a possibility I can go. I'm still trying to work a couple things out, but it doesn't look that promising right now. Either way, that being said, a little bit more progress in the Guardian Temple. This episode feels very similar to the last episode. The next episode, I'm going to probably try to do something different than sit out here at the Guardian Temple, because this has been 3 in a row now that I've dealt something with the Guardian Temple. 2 of them doing a very similar thing, which is going in and clearing out water, and then coming back here and filling in this space. So I'll try to get something different on the docket for my next episode, and I will see you guys next time.